Hello everyone, today I'm going to do an unboxing video of the Wildfire D08 by VBC Racing. I thought I would do an unboxing video first before I get into the build, so you guys can see what exactly comes in the kit and how all the parts and everything else are laid out. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up the box. Here we go. Wildfire D09. Now, first thing you'll see is the manual. Now, there is some additional documents included in this manual, which are quite important, and I'll tell you that in a couple minutes. You get decals that come with the kit, and some nice black and white decals, which is a nice touch. Now, the manual itself, it's fairly well done. It's black and white. I guess you don't really need a full-blown colored manual. The instructions, from what I see so far, look, everything looks, nicely laid out. But I haven't really gone into the manual yet, so there might be some areas that might need to have further explanation done to it. Okay, but I'm going to shift towards this here, this little flyer. This is by RC Crew Chief. RC Crew Chief and VBC Racing have come together, and basically VBC Racing has included these flyers for drivers to save 50% off of the computer program, which is a really cool collaboration because if you haven't actually used this program, even if you don't have a VBC, this program is better than any hop-up or any motor or any battery. Like, it's information that will help you understand what setup adjustments that you're making to your car. And I found over the years on certain web forums, you'll have guys talking about oh, well, if you do this setup adjustment to your car, this is what will happen. And I've noticed it's basically the blind leading the blind. A lot of the guys on these web forums don't necessarily know what they're talking about. And the great thing about RC Crew Chief is it eliminates all that. You just put in your setup information and you see exactly in detail what your suspension is doing, your camber gang, your roll centers, all that. I'm not going to go any further with it, but if you're looking for the extra edge, it's not the battery, it's not the motor, it's the knowledge that will make you faster. And it's that knowledge that will separate you from the guys that have no clue what they're doing. And they'll just throw any setup on their car and, pray to the heavens that it will work. And, I've had several drivers contact me and ask me for setup advice, and all I simply did was plug in their setup into the program, and I could visually see what's going on. And I was able to discern exactly where they're having issues, what's causing the problems with the car. And nine times out of 10 it was resolved. And so this program, it's no joke. It's definitely something worth considering. Now, in the manual, you'll also get some setup sheet information here if you choose to do some outdoor asphalt racing, which this setup is meant for. Okay, manual is pretty straightforward. Got the contents here. Now let's just go straight to the box, see what we got here. All right, now we have step one. All the steps are labeled on the bag, so we got step one here. We got here. Step 6. We got here step 6 as well. So these are your suspension arms. They're silver dot suspension arms, just to let you know. You have step 12, which this is your bumper setup here with a nice carbon fiber bumper upper brace. Step 3, the pills, which are your suspension inserts. VBC has corrected the suspension blocks, which will prevent the actual kingpins blowing through the actual suspension block holders. You also get roll center shims, which are nice. ball bearings. Step 2, the gear differential. You know, this is the only company that I've built a gear differential that doesn't leak, and I think VBC should be recognized for that. They they've designed a really nice gear differential. So this is step 8. So this is like your rear suspension. Once again, silver dot. You got the aluminum dog bones in the drive shafts and roll center stuff there. What's it, step? Oh, L. I guess this is L, which is probably for L? 7. No, 7. Oops. Shouldn't have did that wrong. Step 7, you got screws. Now think about the screws. You probably want to separate them and maybe measure them out. So for each step that you're doing in your build, you'll have the screws ready and you'll be good to go. Step 10, step 11. 11 is the TBBS shock towers, the low profile shock towers, which is a nice touch. You got the new floating servo mount and you have the belts inside there. That's step 4. Step 5, you got your belt system again with some uprights included in there. That's good there. And then you have some included oils. I guess the differential oil is 1,000 weight and the shock oil is 350 CST, and some axle grease to go with it as well. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. Everything's nicely labeled and organized. One thing you do want to do is you want to make sure that you have all the correct parts for your build. Sometimes manufacturers have issues with making sure that all the parts are in the box, so you do want to double check and make sure that you do have all the correct parts when you're doing your build. So that could mean, you know, counting the steps and making sure that you have all the correct packages for your build, because you don't want to be going halfway through and find out that the actual kit is missing a few steps. I've had issues with Yokomo, Kyosho, and it's just a common thing, especially when you're doing like large volume manufacturing. You'll have instances where, you know, there'll be 1 or 2 parts missing. Just the way it is, especially when you have thousands of parts that are included in these kits. But anyway, I'm excited to start building this kit. I've spoken to several top VBC drivers who have given me a lot of great information, and I'm excited to share that information for you guys. Okay, bye-bye.